Okay, so I got my satin jet black. I'm gonna do kind of a mock-up. So I'm thinking of a stripe like this on the rear end. Like I said, this is just a test to see if I like it or not, because really what I want to do is I want to have this open plus a little pinstripe, you know, along the other side. So you know, like I said, this is just a test. It's going to be all sanded down and redone anyway. So this is just a test of the satin black. Let's see, or semi-gloss. Yeah, semi-gloss jet black. So, and this is the can we got by Corvette. You can kind of see the different kind of cap there compared to the, you know, the high gloss. So this is a, yeah, semi-gloss. So we're gonna do a little test strip here. Just gonna paint a strip just real quick and see if I'm gonna even like this color or not. Just because this is darker black, it's not jet black, but it'll be close. And kind of give me an idea. So I'm just going to put, you know, just like 2 coats on. Kind of give me an idea. And then, like I said, up in the hood, I want to eventually do it too. But I don't want to mess with the hood. You know, I want to see if this color is going to look good against that glossier black. So we're going to do this first. Like I said, it's going to get repainted anyway. So, let's shake this can for 3 minutes. So anyway. Alright, well, I'm going to get this kind of painted up. And we'll kind of see the after results. And I'll take off all the tape and everything after I give it a spray paint and just kind of see. So, all right, and then some other things while I'm shaking the can. I need to see if I can get this gap lined up better. I need to see if I can pull this out further, but see, the bolts are all the way in. I got them adjusted all the way, you know, to the top. Because this is the biggest gap I have, is in my hood right here. And of course along here, the other side isn't as bad. But see, the gap is pretty big down here too. You know. So, I mean, that's a pretty big gap. So we're going to have to figure out something there. But then see, on this side, it gets a little bit tighter going this way. So there's ways to do this. So, but not as big of a gap over here. I might add more to the hood. I don't know. We'll see. That might be the easiest way to go. But that's what I'm going to probably work on, is this, and see if I could pull it back a little bit. Because if I could just get a little bit of gap in between, that'd be good. But see, these are even all the way to the end. I don't know if I can get just a little bit more just to bring it. I don't know. We'll see if I can, you know, take out a little bit there. So, all right, well, I'm gonna try this paint. I'm gonna get my mask on and try out this paint. So let's see what our stripe will look like. All right. Okay, this is my mask. And I got my glasses that I'm going to put over it. So I just wanted to kind of show you what I'm using here. I don't know if you can hear me. But yeah, this is the mask I'm using. So nice and tight. Maybe a little bit tighter on this side. But all right. Okay, so here's kind of the gist of it. I actually used the primer. For some reason, the semi-gloss or satin, the cans are just plugged up on those 4, so I decided to try and use the like I said, the black primer, and that's kind of what it looks like. kind of get it in the sun. I don't know. What do you guys think? You like that? It's very subtle in certain lights. Like I said, it's primer. Primer black. Got to get really that light on there, but the satin will be somewhat similar to that, just not as flat. Of course, like I said, I'll have another pinstripe of this along the side of it. Well, I got to keep it in that light. Well, I'm going to keep it on there for a little bit. See if I like it. You know, go from there. That's 4 inches right there, so 4-inch stripe, and then like I said, a little pin stripe along each side. I think would look real nice. Yeah. Try and get along there. It's still a little wet too, so because I just barely sprayed it and pulled off. So like I said, just kind of have to get it in the right light. I know you guys are thinking, oh, you're crazy. But like I said, you can see, like I said, these cracks, you know, and all this. So this is just a quick, see, there's even cracks in there. Of course, there's a real big crack right there. You can see it even worse with the primer. So, but anyway, that's just, like I said, a test stripe. What do you guys think? It's kind of growing on me a little bit. I don't know. Like I said, I'll keep it painted and kind of go from there and see exactly what I want. And we'll let that completely cure, of course. And I'm going to return that other black because it won't even spray out the top. So the paint must be bad in there. Let's see how old the paint is. The paint is, yeah, 2021. So this paint is produced in 2021. So this paint's too old. It's not going to spray. See, and this one's in 2023. Yep. So the paint's old on that one. So I'll contact them and see if I can send it back. And, you know. Anyway. Yeah. Like I said, not sure. So looks different in real life too. So like I said, we'll see. Okay, so after adjusting the hood, this is as best as I can get it. So see how I have a full finger gap right here? Yeah, we're gonna see if we can pull this back this way, but still, you kind of go down. Gets a little bit thinner, gets real thin, kind of right there, and the point doesn't quite match up, so we'll fix that. Yeah, we're gonna have to build up through there, and then up along here gets thicker, then thin, and then you can see it's kind of low right there, just in this whole body. Anyway, and then this gets thicker. But it comes as close as I can to here, because you can see this is metal, so we're not changing it any. The hood is just, it's an aftermarket hood, I'm sure, you know, and look how thin it is right here. So just the way the mold is, and it's a little high right here in the hood. So not much we can do for the hood because it won't go down any. That's just right there. See, it's nice and smooth, and then right about here it starts going up. So we'll have to see how we can get that to come down. It's even right here, but then this is low. That's no big deal. I can put little washers or something underneath there to bring it up. Let's see how this gap, nice and thin, but then as you go further in, it just overlaps. So we'll mess with that here in a minute. Let's see if we can move this a little bit, tweak it a little bit. But let me look at that, how big of a gap that is over there. So we gotta get this lined up first with this, because this doesn't move. That's in there. So I can adjust it a little bit, you know, maybe this way, but I'm more worried about this, you know, going this way. So, because like I said, I got a little bit of a gap here. You look on that side, it's not really much of a gap. So this just kind of shows that, like, you know, these cars are that way because they're fiberglass, you know, in popped in molds. So yeah, that's as close as I'm gonna get that, you know. And then throughout here, I don't know yet. We'll see if we can build it up or something. So, but nice and flat through there. And then this side, almost just, I mean, this side is just almost perfect. Goes along with the contours, nice and flat. It's just that side, and then bring this little gap down. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the adjustments refined in first, as close as I can, and then I have to work from there. That way I can build up this corner, you know, and get it closer, and that way all my gaps will be a little more concise. But I think I want it to keep it right there, especially for this side. This side is just perfect. Goes perfect, well, not perfect, but you know, nice and flat. A little bit of edge right there, but no big deal. See, it's just a little high right there. No big deal. A little high right there, but when I actually get sanding that down, no big deal. I'm gonna fill in the gaps a little bit. See how it gets a little tight right through there. So I'm gonna figure out what gap I want, and then go from there. I think I'm gonna build, well, I don't know. See, this looks even, so I'll have to build the hood. Build the hood out a little bit. It'll take a lot of opening and shutting the door. So let me take this piece off. See if I can, you know, drill out this a little bit further this way, and then that way I can slide it back a little bit more. Maybe that'll help fix, you know, that bend a little bit. And then this, if you look, you know, almost, so it could go a hair that way, but we're not going to worry about it right now. That's pretty damn close. Because if you look at this side, you know, just barely needs to come this way. But like I said, we'll take it off and see. Okay, so I want to show you. See, this is part of this whole mechanism here. Okay, so this doesn't move at all, and this is basically what holds it in. So, and then these, you know, they have a little bit of wiggle, but not a whole lot. And I even brought on the outside the bolts. Sorry, you can't see it very well. It's a little dark, getting a little dark. Anyway, took out the little washers and everything to move them as far as I could back. So you know, to get these adjustments, because that is not moving. That's solid as a rock. And that one's pretty solid. So what I have to do is, now I probably can't do much on this, but grind it out a little bit more north, and on the bottom I'm gonna go right to the edge and see if I can just ream them out a little bit, and then hopefully that'll bring me in just a hair. So yeah, I'm gonna look at it and see. I think that'd be the best way to go at this, but you can kind of see what I need to deal with. All right. Okay, so I just took my little bit here, and you can see the old one, how it still has a little bit of room up to the top. Went and did this one, I just took it all the way to the top, and then same with this one, just a little bit more up. So I'm going to do that to all 4 of them, and then reset it back in the car, and see if that gives me any more room. All right. Okay, so after placing it back up there, it's these ones that need to go up even further. So all the top ones are maxed out at the top, but I can line the hole at the very top if I could get something in there. But these definitely need to go up more. Maybe that's what's holding me back, is all the bottom ones. So I'm just gonna grind out those smaller ones a little bit further. So we're gonna do that and see. All right, that worked. I mean, here's just a rough test fit. Now that I got a little more gap there, because before it was pushed all the way, you know, if you remember seeing there. So now I got that little bit of a gap there. Much better. We still have this huge gap here, but this will work now. So I got this gapped a little bit better. This other side looks just wonderful. So see how much more straight, and then we just go along there. Looks much better. So that might look much cleaner, and then I'll build out my hood for the rest of it. So that worked. See, so I can move that back and forth a little bit, because before it was like up there, you know. So yeah, we'll be able to make that work and give us a little more spacing. So I go ahead and probably just take that off and sand it down a little bit and see what we can do there. I need to get a bead blaster, or someone that has a bead blaster, make it quicker. Yeah, so I'll clean that up a little bit and see what we can do. Okay, so I got the initial sanding down, 60 grit, just get all that old stuff off. I'm gonna get more in between. So, yep. So I got that sanded down. I'm not gonna worry too much about the backside, because you'll never see the backside. So the underside. So I'll just scuff it up on the backside, because you'll never see it. So anyway, yeah, we'll take it down to about, I don't know, 400 grit, you know, and then we'll paint it in primer and go from there. But that's what I've been doing all night, sanding it down, and then we'll put it in primer, let it sit for a few days, and then yeah, then we'll try out our paint and see what it turns out to be. So in the dark, you can see that stripe even a little bit better because of the way it reflects. Kind of hides. It's kind of cool in a way. I don't know. So like I said, I'm kind of liking it. I'm not 100% sold on it yet. So what do you guys think? Here's our filler primer. So, but this is the back side, so you can still see a little bit of, you know, goobers and stuff like that. But like I said, this is the back side. Never gonna see it. But I need to do primer on both sides before I put the, or this is filler primer, and then I put the epoxy primer on, and then the top coat on top of it. So, like I said, this is filler primer. We'll let it sit for about another 15 minutes or so. And then we'll flip it over, do the other side. And then that way we can see what scratches and stuff that we have to sand down even more. So after I paint the other side, I'm definitely done for the night. Yep. Looking good though, doesn't it? Here we are. Looking pretty good. As you can see, that's where I'm gonna have to get, is right in that corner. See, I couldn't see it before, but yeah, but now that I got that coat on, but everywhere else looks just fantastic. Got a flashlight on here. So just a very light sanding we'll need to do. I don't know if you can see it. See, I got just a few bumps, but very, very light sanding on the main areas. So we're gonna let that sit overnight. See, tiny, tiny little, there we go, just little specks. So yeah, we'll let that dry overnight, and then we'll go from there. So that's going to turn out really good. This paint's working pretty good. I have to, like I said, return that old paint because it's not spraying at all. So, yep. Okay, well, now I'm done. We'll continue this with tomorrow or the next day. So, see you then.